We just installed some culverts up here. We're about to wrap up this job. They're having a bunch of water coming through here. We ended up just putting 2 culverts in there. Hopefully that'll help a little bit. It's cheaper to buy 2 small ones than it is 1 big one. One big one's a lot more better though. They're not as prone to blow out here as much, because whenever you're putting these in, you have to do some spacing, and in between the culverts there, you got to make sure there's packed dirt in there. So it's kind of a pain putting in these. It's not as simple as just installing one, but we did put some riprap up there, so hopefully it won't blow out like it did last time. What happened is, whenever we were digging this up, there was like a tunnel being made, and a few more years of this and it would have blown the driveway out. They said, the customer said, water was running over the driveway at some points, but the culverts were just cracked and sunk in and just couldn't flow the amount of water. We did it with this TB260. It's been a really good machine. I guess it's about 2 months old now. So I've ran a handful of different mini excavators and stuff, and I will say that overall the Takeuchis, that's where you're gonna get more bang for your buck. Really smooth hydraulics for one thing. They do got the Yanmar turbo diesel in these models, but there's your controls. But we've really liked this machine. It's got a better radio than a lot of my vehicles, so that, for a piece of equipment, that's fairly nice, I guess. That's the motor. You got a little turbo back there, which it doesn't do very much for power, but it's more of a more for efficiency. These machines do have a DPF filter, but they don't have diesel exhaust fluid, so no DEF. We did opt for just the rubber tracks. I was going to get segmented, but for what the segmented machines cost, you could replace these tracks a few times. So I was like, well, we'll go with that. We won't have to deal with chains eventually wearing out and all that, because segmented tracks, they last 2 to 3 times as long, but they are going to, whenever they break, it ain't gonna be just buying tracks. It's a pain with the chains and everything else. So that's what we opted for. But yeah, I think this is gonna work just fine. Where we source all the rock out, in our area, they're really good folks. They got some dirt in these rocks though, so that don't look near as good as that, because I did that by hand, because that's normally what's gonna be saw, and I picked through the dirt, got the rocks out of it. So I think in reality, as soon as it rains a few times this winter, all that dirt's gonna wash out. As steep of an incline as that is, and as much water flows through here, it'll look just like that side. But yeah, I reckon I'm about to load up and call it a day.